On this segment, we're joined by Rob Ace, and we're talking about RKA Construction, but we're talking about a novel way of putting together your own home. And you, Rob, have gone ahead and put together and simplified the process for many, many people who are renting and perhaps paying, probably too much rent. And you might be able to even put them in a home for less than they're already paying, or else show them at least the simple way to get there.
That's correct. We've tried to simplify the process because we understand that, home ownership as well as building a house can be overwhelming to people, and not knowing where to start or what to start with or where to go or money-wise or whatever it might be. There's so many questions, and we've tried to come up with a simplified process to make that happen for people.
So let's talk about the process. Somebody's renting. Today, rents aren't cheap. So, if somebody's renting a home, they could be paying anywhere from $1,000 on up a month, or probably a lot more. What's your target person? How do you know when somebody's the kind of person that should be taking a look at your program here because you can help them get into their own home?
Well, we're targeting around the 200,000 mark and a little bit under, okay, so that they can, somebody who's paying, maybe in the city could be paying $3,000 a month rent, could be paying, in between the $1,200 to $1,400 a month mortgage payment.
And own their home.
That's correct. They would own.
Yeah.
So you'd be creating equity, as well as you could have your own dream home that you could design to specifically yourself.
So let's talk about that. You have some homes that you have laid out that fit into this criteria. Somebody's interested in a home, and they're going to look at those homes, but then the process. Tell us the process, because you have laid out a whole 6-step plan?
That's correct. We've laid out a 6-step process plan. Okay. The first thing is that they would come in, they'd have a free consultation. They would sit down and go through what they're looking for. They'd see our home lot packages that we have available. Okay. Then from there, what they do is they do a pre-approval with one of our in-house mortgage lenders. Okay.
In-house mortgage lender. So you already have people that work with you. They're used to working with you. They're not challenging you. You already have your confidence, and their confidence is in you. So once they get to the point of wanting the home and deciding they want it, you got that all there for them.
That's correct. We try to make it as easy as possible for people. This way, that mortgage lender, our in-house mortgage lender, they can pre-approve them. They can make sure that they're in the right budget. They can make sure that everything is good credit-wise, everything else, and help them through that process.
Then what happens after you talk to sit down for the consultation?
Well, then after that, after you're pre-approved and everything, then the next would be to choose a model. Okay. Then from there, if they're upgraded packages, whatever we offer on those upgraded packages, that would be a choice. After they would choose that, then the next step would be to do a sales agreement, and we would have a contract that they would sign and take care of, which we would then hand over to the mortgage lender for them to work with.
Using this process, or is it a selected area that they have to choose to move into regionally?
Yes, not so much. We actually have certain areas that we are actually specifically targeting for this program, which we can show them the lots, we can walk them through. They're amenity-filled, developments that are beautiful, that have, hiking to tennis courts to pools to things for children, great school districts, everything else.
Okay, so if somebody's watching this segment and they're saying, we've been paying a lot for rent, I sure want to own a home, but I'm not sure if I qualify, I'm not sure how to get land and a home and put it all together, that's where you come in.
That's correct. Yep. We can walk them right through all the processes, right from start to finish. And
make it simple.
And we're here for them so that they have somebody to call on.
So if somebody's seeing this and they make the phone call, you're charged for figuring out if they qualify, or how does that work?
No, they're not charged at all. It's free for a consultation. They would come in, sit down, we can go over all their thoughts, ideas, help them with concerns. The whole thing is that we're there for them and to help them walk through from start, that first initial call, all the way to the celebration of them actually moving into their new home.
So let's just say that somebody decides to do this. What do you tell people as far as length of time, waiting time, when it comes to the time you walk in the door, you're getting approved, going through the whole process, and then moving into your home?
I would tell people you're probably talking in the 6 to 7 month range. Could it go quicker? It could, I would say, but I would plan on the 6 to 7 month range. all depending on weather-related issues, whatever it might be. So generally speaking, that's the time frame, but we can usually get them in a little bit quicker.
What are we leaving out? It seems so simple. I mean, all they have to do is get a hold of you, and you will help them figure it all. Have we left anything out? Is there anything that you want to bring into this conversation before we wrap this up?
I think just to give us a call. We can help them with all their questions, whatever it might be. It's really not as hard as most people think. We've simplified the process, and the whole thing is our reputation is built on our quality, our communication, and helping people. That's the whole thing to get their dream.